G'day, I'm Owen. Welcome to a game of RTS casting, and we're doing war selection today, and this should be a very good game. Let's dive straight into it and see what is happening. So we have Mega. These should be rather mega. And we got Mafuz. Mafuz? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we've only got 2 players on a very interesting map, so let's just settle in and see what goes down. Again, we'll see what happens with messages. It may not be that bad. If it gets funky, I will turn them off, but let's dive in. And what do we have? Going for the little foot upgrade early there by Mafuz. I think that's Mafuz, is it? Yes, it is. We'll see what civilization or nation that they start going for when they do their upgrades. And we've got Mega going out for the early scout. Actually, we've got 2 scouts out on the map. What's he going to suss out what is going on? And we got the good old tiger hanging around in the long grass. You got to watch them. So we got Mafuz, if I'm saying it correct. Now we've got the early scout out, so there was no wild animals, so obviously you can build a what do you call it, a warehouse here and get these cows. When you take them out, you get to see how much. If I can click on it. Yeah, if I can click on it. Can't click on it. There we go, 800. So that's a lot of food, and so that's a good little strategy. Not bad movement here, and we got some fish over here for Mega. I'm going to be stabbing away at those fishy boys. Getting in and amongst it. You obviously need a boat to get these ones. Like some big old fish in there. Hiding the scout. That's not a bad ploy. Just hiding the scout. I will say, I'm interested to see how this goes. After seeing the Axe Cup, casting the games for it, that I actually found that really interesting, how both those games played out. Interesting strategies and just pouring units out early. No one got up to the big later technologies in those games. So we'll see what happens in this one. If we're going to have a mad scramble at the start, or we will see the big technology upgrades. But let me say, in this last week or so, I have not been doing any uploads. Things do get busy at times, as you can all probably understand, but also I just got watching the Age of Empires 4 Red Bull tournament as well, which I really did enjoy. And I actually got back into watching a little bit of Age of Empires 2 because of that. And it's got me thinking maybe I should cast a game or 2 of it. Even though I'm still more of a fan of Age of Empires 4 now. I can see the fun gameplay that you could have. And the nostalgia. If any of you people out there are like me and actually grew up playing StarCraft and Age of Empires 2, well then you understand what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what you're missing out on. But you probably do, because it's fairly ubiquitous, all these games, if you're into RTS. Now, Mega is able to scout these people fishing on the side. I also got the second scout coming in, having a look at Mafuz up here in the top, so getting a good idea what's happening. Whereas I haven't seen Mafuz yet, having scouted the enemy base at this point. Let us check that fog of war. Yeah, so Mega has got a good scout in. Mafuz has still only been on their side of the map, so that is interesting, but we'll see how that plays out. Like any RTS game, you really need to know what the enemy's aiming for. Whereas, I would say though, in war selection, in all fairness, early game, it's all pretty much the same. Because you start the same. So you're not going to get rushed with any funky strategy as such, unless someone goes for worker rush Or the Rocky Boys, the guys that carry the big boulders on their shoulders and run around like crazy people trying to belt your buildings and your bodies with a giant boulder. Now, maybe that was a strategy back in the day, back when, people used to fight like that. But man, that would be very labour intensive. But still, standard openings. We've got the house walls. We've only got one fight pit so far down here for Mega. Whereas we've got a lot more fight pits up the top there for Mafoos. But Mega is still got the scouts just running around having a dandy old time. Is that the right term these days? Anyway, what I mean, a grand old time is what I meant. Oh, there's one scout gone down. Poor bludger. And then the other scout. He manages to keep away, so he can just stand here with the fishing guys and say what's going on. Oh, no. We got a couple more of these little bulwarks. And the scout is down. But we do know we still got scouts out on the map for Mega. And if we check that fog of war, Mafoos is... Oh, they got the scout down the bottom. So being able to suss out what's going on, seeing at what level stage they are at, and it is looking... A couple of fight pits is all. And we got the Rocky Boys out. Let's go. I think they are officially known as Warriors. Where are they off to? And thank you to all who have been giving me tips on how to do proper analysis on the War Selection games whilst we're playing. I haven't been able to implement all of that yet, but I will be doing so shortly. It is just a matter of time and mucking around with some practicing so that it looks fairly decent when we get into a game. Now we got lots of rocks out on the map. Where are you going? Mafoos. Let me know if that's the correct pronunciation. I really don't know. I just click into these games and find out what happens. Oh, being chased by the boar. Managed to run away. Oh, Mega. Probably didn't find that all that mega when they found out they were being attacked by a boar. So we got a few spearmen out and an archer. But we got these warriors coming around this side of the map. So this could get rather spicy, I would say, shortly. No, guys. Oh, they can run through there. I thought that would have been a bit deep. But no, they could shortcut through the water. Oh yeah, there is that little bit of a spot there. It's shallow water. So they're coming in. Will this be a good strategy? We've got walls coming in to protect. So one warrior, and that was a smart move. That's pulled all these spearmen out the other side. We've got tigers in the long grass taking out these warriors. I mean, guys. Oh, but we're now pouring warriors straight down the front, and they're going to come in at the side, but these walls might protect them. Let's just see what happens. We're going to have to watch two spots at once. So that I don't know if we got control groups here, but it is all happening at the moment. The observing tower will pick up those warriors, but what's happening here? Warriors coming in, but are they going to be able to do any damage? So we're going for some workers and the fishing ships. Is Mega going to respond? Mega is coming over. We can see up in the top corner there some archers coming in. But these warriors have done some damage and taken out those fishing ships. That fishing ship has had to sit out of the area so that they don't lose that one as well. Spearmen and archers are in. These warriors will not be able to hold up against it, but they managed to take out one dock. And they're just running. They're trying to do as much damage as they can. They know that they're not going to stay on this map very long. Mafuz is trying to get in amongst the wood line there, but probably trying to find an easy target. But look at these workers from Mega chasing the warriors away. But the spearmen have caught up, and that will be the end of them. Was that a good trade? Maybe, perhaps. But look what we got coming in now. More warriors. So this is early warrior push. Trying to keep the pressure on. That's also keeping Mega in the base. So Mafuz is doubling down on this warrior attack. So let's just see how this plays out. This is still early game. We've got archers out the front, which will do a significant amount of damage to the warriors early. So the archers got the high ground, but they're coming onto the low ground. If these warriors stop and get... Oh, that could be bad. I was going to say if the warriors could get us around on those archers, they would probably go down. But the warriors are just running on past. And now look at this by Mega. We've got archers, we got spearmen. These warriors just will not hold up. Mafuz will need to start upgrading. Getting a new technology. I know I say it almost every game, but it is so true. One technology upgrade can change your entire game, and these warriors got the surround on them. They're just running into a trap. They have nowhere to go, and that will be the end of these poor bludgers. The spearmen and archers. These warriors are tanky. They didn't give up easy. But we got walls now coming in for Mega. But what do we have this end? Let's just find out where our main building is. So we've got the Europe technology tree so far. And it looks like we're going... Yes, we do have Asia. So we've got Asia versus Europe. We haven't known which exact way that each one's going just yet. But this will not be a mirror match. And it's very rare to get a full mirror match in War Selection because you do get so many different variations even inside which continent you choose to start with. And then after that, you have more and more options. And I believe in War Selection they are working on adding Americas, I think. And possibly... Oh, it'd be pretty good if they started working on Africa. That'd be okay. Of course, they could do Australia as a continent, because that is a continent. And you'd have units such as the boxing kangaroo and the drop bear. Now, you might think the drop bear is really a nonsensical unit and wouldn't do any good, but that you'd be totally wrong. And how wrong? A drop bear, well, that would be absolutely frightening. And in fact, I would suggest if the developers ever do watch these that they should put a drop bear in the trees. So instead of tigers, put a drop bear. So as your units walk past these trees, the drop bear comes down and just starts absolutely going nuts and taking you out. I mean, it's probably a bit unfair because drop bears are virtually indestructible. But it would spice up the game a little bit. That's enough about drop bears. Because Mega is putting a bit of pressure now on Mafuz. I said, well, you've come in with your warriors, and that didn't work out well for you, so now I'm coming in to have a crack. And let's just see what goes down here. That poor boar probably saw all these spearmen and didn't like the idea of being attacked or getting poked with all of those spears. And again too, we're seeing a strategy here by Mega, running a few units down, probably going to just poke a couple of little arrows over the wall just to drag any defenses, any units down to defend. But I think Mafusa's got some good Guardian Towers, so there's no need to overreact. But this attack coming in the top end, this could be a tiny bit different, but we've got archers. So Mafuz did not fall for that decoy run. And with the Guardian Towers and also archers on the field, then they are just pushing Mega back. So we transitioned away from the Warriors, which had to happen. Oh, mind you, the last couple of Warriors, they're saying, look at these blokes run. Oh, we're chasing you. We're going to go after you and chase you down. Now, Mega is putting in some walls, just obviously wanting to tech up. At least I'd suggest that. But here we go, the Warriors. They probably regret that, but those units are fairly not that great at this point in the game. I think they could have got upgraded, so they didn't have to just be sacrificed, but they are off the field. Mega is now cleaning up some of the wildlife, and they're just massing out the front of Mafusa's base. Let us see how this goes down. So we've got upgrades coming in. Do we see which? Still just Eastern Europe. So we've gone Eastern Europe now, not Western Europe. So let us now check Mega. They're also, I think, at the same age. Mega is still just Middle Ages Asia. So we got some heavy archers along with the regular archers, and I think we got some spears. Do we have spears? Or I think they're all archers out here. Oh, we got one spearman. A couple of spearmen in the mix. And for Mafuz, just regular archers at the moment. But we see that it's Mega who is pushing forward. What do we got building here? Oh, we got a rocket cannon, so this is a bit of siege coming in now. It's not too early for siege. We're close to 20 minutes into this game, and so maybe it's time to start breaking down a few of the houses and pushing in, getting in amongst it. Sitting back and waiting is not always the best ploy, because the other team, well, they could possibly start building up and getting to those technologies that could really put you under pressure. But we got the militiamen. And I don't know, I find them very tanky units in this game. Splitting up the forces, sending some spears in, or just, no, maybe they're just going for a scout around to see nothing crazy is happening on the map. Mega is walking in. Let's just see what these... Oh, look at that. That will do some damage. One building down. Oh, we got the battering ram. Won't do much good sitting there. It's got to run. We got Mega pushing in. The spearmen have come on out. But they've got to be able to get to this siege. So otherwise this siege is just going to be able to pound away. Battering ram won't do much against all these archers. Oh, they're trying to go a bit of a whack against the spears. They're doing some damage, but not a lot. The spearmen are doing way more damage to the battering ram, which makes sense because the battering ram is designed to take out buildings and other siege, not to take out units, because it's slow. And all it's doing is giving them a bit of a bruise by the look of it. And down goes the ram. But now out onto the field, we've got the actual forces for Mafuz, and they're taking out Mega's archers. We've got a tanky, what's that bludger again? The Squaddo. And Squad, well, they do some significant damage. Definitely those archers stand no chance. Oh, those archers on the hill got a little bit of a poke there by these militiamen. And it is time for Mega to retreat with this Guardian Tower. They're going to stand and fight and allow the Guardian Tower to do some hits to Mafuz's army, and that it's doing the job. So it's now Mafuz that has to turn around and head on home. That was a good strategic Guardian Tower placed nicely in the middle of the map. Which is not really the middle, is it? But so it's an offensive Guardian Tower. And Mafuz is thinking it is highly offensive. Offensive indeed. But still, I think we got a bit of a stalemate happening here because the Springolds are coming out now, and they're going to take out... That's a very good ploy, because that will take out the infantry units. I like that as a move, but let's just see how it plays out. Those four spears... Think you need to send them all together. Don't send them out one at a time. So I think Mega is easily going to hold this particular section of the map for a little while. Oh, pardon me. Now these militiamen, they're running around the top section of the map. They will also do not a great deal other than taking some of Mega's forces away. Just distraction, that's all it is. They're not going to do a lot of damage. So we have a bit of a skirmish happening here. But these archers are well upgraded. And so it cleans up those few units. Now we have it happening down here. So Mega's got the high ground. But Mafuz has got the numbers. I think Mega's going to have to turn around, and Mega does turn around, but Mafuz isn't giving up. And those archers are catching up. Mega's archers are off to the races again, and they've been caught with a few militiamen here. Decided to stand and take a bit of a battle. We also have a bit of an attack happening down the bottom end of this map, and that's splitting up the forces. So we've got the Springolds and archers coming in for Mega. But the militiamen for Mafuz soon clear them up. Let's go back up to this top battle here. Mega is retreating back to that well-placed Guardian Tower, but I think now we might have enough forces out on the field for Mafuz. Look at those arrows raining down. So the numbers are thinning out for Mega. Trying to push out, but the militiamen, they're going to come in at the side. And Mafuz just ignoring that Guardian Tower totally. I'm trying to get rid of this advance Bit of a base that's been built right on the edge doorstep of Mafusa's town. And definitely pushing against it. Not happy with this rocket cannon. Oh, but no. Mega was able to hold that and now push back again. So it's happening everywhere. But Mafuz is able to expand out and getting some good mining going. And sending a bit of a siege of their own. Now, I'd say Mega's got the map control here and sending in these units again, just not messed up. Got to get them all together. Send them in as one. You're running in, lose too many too early, I would say, but sometimes in the moment in the game, it can be rather difficult to necessarily get that control right because you've got a lot happening across the map. And we're just looking at one little section, but then when you're playing, as you know, you've got to look after everything all at once. You can't just focus on one thing because you will forget something else. But Mega is being able to push back. And now with this siege coming in, can Mafuz hold? Just a few Guardian Towers. Now, the only thing I would say is that these archers just won't do the damage to the buildings. They've got to, even though they've got range behind it, that's got to get up there and start taking out these Guardian Towers. And I think that's what is exactly going to happen. I think that one missed. That one didn't. See, that one militiaman came out. And it had no hope. And the Guardian Tower... Oh, no, it was the house at the back went down. So we've got the catapults. They won't hold up. Took out a few units. But we are now seeing Mega trying to fight for this hill. And if this hill goes down, Mafuz, I would suggest, is in a significant amount of drama. So despite having the high ground, Mega's got the numbers. And they've now got... They're bringing some rifles to the fight against archers. And look at all the rocket cannons. One Guardian Tower is down. So it is all happening at this particular point in the map. We do have militiamen coming out, taking out some of these archers. But look at the upgraded units sitting behind. They are just decimating Mafuz's army. And now we're getting closer and closer to the main base. And with all of this siege coming in behind, it is going to be hard now for Mafuz to hold this. Look at those houses. Look at those buildings. I do not see how Mafuz is going to hold here. They will need one massive upgrade. Oh, and Mega is now starting to build Guardian Towers right on the doorstep. This poor battering ram, slow moving, it's not going to make it. Look at these tanky boys, the hand cannons. We have it all happening now. We are seeing a lot of archers, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. Mega is now pushing right in. Even taking out some workers down in this bottom section. Though we are seeing some cannons for Mafuz. They might do some damage, but they've got to stop this right now. Or this will be game over very, very quickly. And a few cannons just aren't going to hold back this amount of forces. So we're looking at Mafuz has 131 population and Mega is sitting at 157. So it's not that different, but it's where the units are and what the units are that are making a huge difference in this game. But still, these cannons forced Mega back up the hill. Militiamen coming out, trying to get the siege. Well, this is the militiamen got through. But still not enough. As we see, the main building is just here. It is not looking good here for Mafuz. The archers at the back trying to hold the line. Couple of squaddo. Are able to chase back Mega just a little bit, but Mega is able to stop, turn, and push back out. And more Guardian Towers coming in for Mega. So even if Mafuz is able to hold this off, they've still got the enemy right on the doorstep. They're able to build this siege and then just keep coming in. So Mega is not rushing this, just slowly pushing across. And the dribs and drabs forces for Mafuz coming in, but soon taken out. Not able to do too much damage. The cannons from a distance for Mafuz are doing, just popping away, but as we're seeing, the siege for Mega is doing way more damage. And they're able to keep pushing in and pushing in. Just a few poor archers. Just a few militiamen. Well, Mafuz has not given up, and these cannons are still firing away. Oop, a bit of a miss a click there by me. And the siege is going down. hand cannons getting taken out. There's quite a few cannons here now. It's making Mega have to reset. There's still so much coming in for Mega though. They're chasing down these cannons. So we've got militia and the cannons doing the job. So what's happening up here? But more hand cannons coming in, so the pressure's still not over. Mega, it's just got the siege. And whilst Mafuz has been able to dwindle out some numbers, still has so much pouring in. And bit by bit, pushing Mafuz back. And they've only got to get to here. Absolutely nothing is happening down the other end of the map. It's like a game of football where the team turn the sprinklers on at halftime down the other end because the game's just not being played down there. Well, the sprinklers are on down the bottom section of the map. Mega has not had to worry about a thing, but Mafuz has got a lot to worry about as we're watching, and this is going to be a bit of a struggle at the moment for Mafuz. Still again, not overcommitting Mega. Mega just not rushing in. Using the siege at the back to just bomb away. The Streelets are now out though. And that's a good upgrade. It's going to be enough. I don't know. I don't think so. We're not seeing Mafuz give up here. Taking out these Guardian towers. So we got walls trying to be built here by Mafuz. Are we seeing the tide turn? I'm seeing less red up here now. And a lot more green. Now the cannons at the back, they were doing the damage. But Mega is now running in to get in and amongst it. We're going to lose one cannon. 2 cannons. 3 cannons just went down. And still, the bombardment is happening. And we've got workers getting in amongst it, throwing their rocks. Cannon at the back trying to do some damage, but we're this is a patient game by Mega. Not just dive bombing into the base, but slowly pushing forward with the backup of the siege. And the main building is just there. It is on this screen. We don't have to scroll out very far to notice it. It's inch by inch. Mega is able to push forward, taking out another house. But we do see some serious production going on down the bottom of the map. But it's absolutely of no good if your main building gets taken out. They are almost in range of it. Lots of hand cannons. Those militiamen aren't doing much. Now we've just got archers coming out. Oh, and we are backing up. We've got some high ground here by Mafuz. That's a lot of hand cannons being lost. You would not think those archers would do such a good job up on that high hill against the forces that they're dealing with, but Mafuz has done a good little strategy there. Got us around on with the archers. Managed to get behind and get rid of a fair bit of this siege. And we also see something happening at the back here. We have some sneaky guardian towers built at the back. We also are noticing, it's all happening around this map. So in comes Mafuz. I should say Mega, attacking Mafuz. These archers have got it. They're standing in the middle of the field now, in the long grass, taking shots. And we are seeing a bit of ground being taken back here by Mafuz. And Mega is having to go back and regroup. And these towers, they'd just be annoying more than anything at the back there. But look at this. Mafuz hasn't given up. Still pushing back. And that cannon is taking a shot at this one poor bludgeon. Oh, they managed to get it. Running in with the archers. I'd probably hang back, regroup as well. Now this could get interesting here. We've got crossbows. We've got a bit of squad. And that cannon. Oh, look at this. Not only have we seen Mafuz hold, we're now seeing Mafuz push back out and bringing in units around the back area of that map. Mega is having to back up and retreat. Now, whilst all this attack by Mega was going on, Mafuz did not stop building. Has got all this real estate down that part of the mini-map. So definitely has production going, which is what you need. And it's just, now we're seeing these cannons able to just put a bit of cover fire in. But this is going to go back and forth. Mega has decided that these cannons are just a bit pesky. Time to get them off the map. That's one down. But Mafuz has built these little advanced workshops so they can punch out their own siege. again, we've got the nice back and forth. This time it's Mafu's pushing back. There's his little worker. He's going for a jog. Going for a jog. You got to run the other way, buddy. Oh, and then down he goes. Archers with a few cannons in amongst them. So you see the arrow coming and you think, I can handle that. And then you see this big, giant boulder thing flying at you from a cannon. And that changes the scope just a little bit. The archers definitely can't hold up to that. This bloke was walking slow, but he's not going to get too far. He's just taking shots at the rocket men. Now, I'm not a fan of this strategy of just sending 3 or 4 units in, but it is seeming to be able to push back the forces. So I can't be too critical. Maybe it's slowing Mega down, and that's important. Because at the moment, perhaps Mafu's doesn't have the forces to hold. A bit of cavalry coming in there. Now, Mega is walling off this other section. So maybe they now want to build up down in this bottom dogleg of the map. Just mirroring what Mafu's has done. And we just got the militiamen running off. The militiamen are just running in. Are they going to be able to do any good? We see a lot of troop movement. Look at this worker. He's standing there throwing rocks at the cannon. And he goes down. There's Squatto. He must be like Ned Kelly armor or something. And if you don't know what Ned Kelly armor is, Google it. But anyway, that was pretty tanky for a bloke walking up just with a sword against a few people with rifles. But he managed to do a bit of damage. And still, militiamen able to push forward. And we still have a game. In fact, look at what's happening up here. Now, if Mafu's takes this, they might be able to clean up this section of the map. It will be, but it is all happening on this particular part. Whoever controls this hill probably wins the game. But there we go down and just have a quick look. So we have gone Indian. And here, it's just standard European. No special civilization for Mafu's. Will that be the tipping point in this game? Maybe. But as I've often said when casting these games, it does show that with War Selection, you don't need a special civ to be able to play well and have a good game. And this is free to play, so you can download it. You can jump in and be part of the action. And if you like it, you can throw some dollars down, support the game, but it's not required. Now, Mega is starting to take back some areas here. We're going through a little bit of a lull, bit of a build-up. Coming down here, we're seeing that Mega is trying to get their production cranking again. Probably realizing that this is not going to be a quick and easy win. Mafuz is definitely making sure that their production is going quite well. So Mega sitting at 155 population. Mafuz is actually got the advantage here. That is absolutely incredible, really, when we think about it, considering how this game has been playing out. And still, we have these sniper attacks coming in by the green player, by Mafuz, and being able to take out some fairly big units, which this is a great trade. Even able to take out a couple of them. So came in up the top side. The siege got pulled to the back, and then that becomes the front. And again, Mafuz takes down one. Maybe take down some more. And those militia. Well, they're gone now, but look at what's coming in. We are not stopping here. We have got the push going. We are seeing our green player probably going to take this hill. Take this hill and now. So the cannon's coming in, but Mega cannot charge those cannons because they've now got to stand and deal with what's in front of them. And what's in front of them looks very, very scary, so they're going to have to turn around and run, which they're doing, but having to stand and take this because if they back up too far, all these buildings will be gone. We are seeing arrows flying left and right. And this is a good move by Mafuz, keeping their siege right at the forefront. Or I should say at the back. When I meant the forefront, I mean they're at the forefront of this battle, but well protected by the army behind. Mafuz is now in amongst this early forward base. I think it's going to go down. I thought this game was over quite a while ago, but it looks like the momentum is swinging, and it's all about momentum. Once you get the foot on the gas, you don't let it up. You keep pushing and pushing. Because otherwise the other player will regain control. But Mafuz is ensuring that they are chasing out Mega's army, and Mega will not be happy. And these buildings are now just sitting there, right for the picking. Mega decided to try and fight on that hill just a little bit, but that soon got taken down as a bad idea. And we have a new king of the hill. Is that going to change how this game plays out? Well, we know those buildings are gone, but is Mafuz overextending by chasing them all the way back to their own base, because now reinforcements have arrived for Mega. And this is on. But Mafuz is bringing in reinforcements as well. We're seeing a lot more green running up that hill. But too much static defense here for Mega. Without the backup of Siege, Mafuz's army goes down one by one. And that hill is being held. And Mafuz, for the most part, is turning and regrouping. But look at the units pouring around the little lake in the middle. We are seeing a mass of forces coming to the center of this map. Let's have a look at Mega's. Mega is down on population, but probably up on technology. But is that going to be any good right now? Because, well, the machine guns are probably now, I'd say the advantage is to Mafuz, because those machine guns will wipe out this infantry very quickly. And with the siege at the back, with the cannons, this static defense at the front could go down quickly. Now this has swung so quickly. They were fighting over a hill just in front of Mafusa's base, but now Mega is having to hold on against this onslaught and this barrage. We're seeing buildings go down. Oh, but Mega has been able to clean out a lot of the infantry, and pushing back that siege could now be in range. Mafusa's trying to stop that from happening, stop losing these siege, but we've only got cannons now. The machine guns are gone. And Mega's going to push down this hill. And with a bit of siege behind it as well, the hand cannon's still doing the damage, but more machine guns come in. And that chases Mega back away because they can't stand there and take those shots and cannot afford to lose the entire army again. Not when Mafusa's army is sitting right on the base. But look, we've now got military balloons. That will change the game. Without any anti-air, that is all just sitting ducks. No anti-air to speak of, so these units on the ground will only be scratching the balloons. But Mafusa's not giving up on this. They are pushing in. They are saying, well, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. You got your military balloons, but I got my units, and I am now poking at the door. But I do think the military balloons will be the turning point at this particular part of the game. Cannons coming in, but we got military balloons galore. They're just going to float across this front line. And they've cleaned that up. Not only cleaning it up, pushing out now. It's going to take anti-air now for Mafuz. Oh, and we got some machine gun elephants out now too. Oh, Mafuz is not giving up though. Still pushing. Only has these cannons left. Oh, excuse me. And yes, they've finally... Well, one of them's decided this isn't working, so they've turned tail and run. The other one's standing there going, not going to make it anyway. And is that true? Yep, this cannon probably will go down. It's being chased by the military balloons. Mafuz does not have the forces now to take this, and so again, we're seeing momentum shift. An advantage has gone back to Mega. And we are now got on the field the machine gun elephants. Now, I don't know. Was there ever machine gun elephants in real terms? Like, did anyone... I know there was war elephants, but did anyone decide to throw a machine gun on the back of one? Let me know. Because if that did happen, I find that absolutely fascinating. I just don't think it ever did. Just quietly. Oh, but now we've got military aerostats coming out as well. So they're just going to start throwing bombs down, but it's not going to make it. It's a good ploy by Mafuz, but they've been caught, and that balloon will go down. We are going to see now, again, a battle right in the middle of this map. And interestingly, no one has decided. Oh, just one at a time again. You got one balloon up against 10. And it's going to be one balloon against 10 again. Trying to take out that fishing boat. More coming in, but it's one at a time. But whilst that's happening, without the military balloons, Mafuz is able to start taking a ground fight. And it has turned around Mega's army just for now. Now we're just watching one balloon take on this massive force flying across the map. And finally we're seeing some action down in this bottom corner, and we got planes, but we also have anti-air. So now we've got light bombers coming in. But there's enough anti-air probably here to deal with that. They just fly into the ground. Now, I was surprised no one's really doing anything here, but this is a massive choke point. So if you did go in there and someone decided just to plonk down, it would just be a constant meat grinder, basically. And I have seen that in War Selection, where one little section like that is the bit that everyone is battling over. But in this game, again, it looks like Mega is doing a mega play and fighting back. We are going to have to go up here because we now have that forward position by Mafuz under attack by Mega. Mega's got the machine gun elephants. But look at all the cannons at the back. Those elephants will have to turn and run because the bombardment by the siege is going to do too much damage. But we've got Guardian Towers, I believe, being built here. So we are going to get a significant battle on the field for this. But the balloons are coming over. The military balloons. That will turn the tide of this particular battle, because if they can get to the siege at the back, which they are, then the forces for Mega will do the damage. But no, we are seeing now, we have got soldiers out, and that for Mega does not look good. We've got the machine gun war elephant taken out. We've got the little hand cannon dude. He's running. Now this poor lad, he's carrying this big bazooka thing, and you've got this poor bludger running beside him, and I just don't think they're going to make it. Are they going to make it? He made it to safety, I think, but no, the militiaman's still chasing him. And he goes down. Oh, I thought he was going to make it. But still, the soldiers are able to take out these balloons. These balloons are dropping down really quickly. With enough soldiers, they will take them down. They are good anti-air if you've got enough of them. And again, we have Mafuz now taking the hill. But still, Mega has got a good amount of forces to push back with. What is happening down this bottom section? It's just a bore taking out some workers, but with all this going on, that's the least of your concerns. All sending the elephants out by themselves. Probably realised that was not a good play, and they are turning around. I thought they were retreating, but they've decided to push forward. The military balloon, they've decided that's enough cover for the elephants. We'll see if that plays out, because those military balloons are going down as they're coming in. We've got archers in amongst all of this too. Went in there with 6 elephants, there's only 3 left. But the military balloons are now flying over the top. So whilst they're trying to take out the elephants, the military balloons are able to take out the ground forces. But that siege for Mafuz Looking not too bad, but that's one machine gun down. But the soldiers will be able to take down these military balloons. And again, Mega is having to regroup. And this boar is still just having a good old munch on all the workers. Having a grand old time down the back here. And as I say, there's probably not much that Mega can do about that, because they got their hands full on this side of the map and bigger issues at play. And once again, we've got the pushback here by Mega. That was a good regroup, and coming in with all of the military balloons and machine gun elephants and archers and the rocket boys. I know they're hand cannons, but you know what I'm talking about. So the machine gun elephants, they're pushing forward. They don't want Mafuz to be able to get a foothold on this section of the map. Must push them back. Got the anti-aircraft gun there. We've got anti-aircraft everywhere. It's Mega's idea to take out the siege that's coming in, and now we got some planes. These ones are just light fighters. And armoured cars! That is the technology that could easily swing this right around, and Mega could walk across this map now. They're fast, they're mobile, they're tough, and all these militiamen and so forth running out for Mafuz will be under a bit of strife, and we're seeing again this hill being the decisive point, and it's looking like Mega has said, I'm going to take this out. This is my bit of real estate. I did not sell it to you. I'm going to take it back. And we are seeing all of this siege at the back, and this is significant because they cost quite the fortune to buy. Now these elephants are just keeping Mafuz's people at the back, and the hand cannon, the armored car, it'll start taking out these workers. A little soldier is running in. He's still going. Still going. But we got more coming through. But a bit of a regroup for Mega. Just surprised they haven't stopped to take out that anti-aircraft. Surprises me greatly, actually. Who are these bludgers? Medics! Let's go! It's like they're healing up. Yeah, healing up a few things. Well, after all of that, we do have again a tiny bit of a lull in this game, and it looks like that ball got dealt with one way or another. Who takes this out? What do you think? I am fascinated here because it'll be a happening. Military balloons. It's providing good vision, so Mafuz knows what's happening, and we see up the top area there, they are pulling back the troops, ready for a regroup, seeing what's coming. Do they have anything that can take out these military balloons? But see, they are just stalking them, scouting them as they go along. So these soldiers down here are able to poke away, but there's just too many military balloons up here for Mafuz, and so all these machine gun elephants, they will prove very, very tanky. But the military balloons might just do some good. These medics are trying to heal the old Sikhs. Slowly tapping away at that military balloon. Not going to provide too much damage, but now around the top end of this forest, we are seeing a bit of a base build. And so this is great defense. So we've got Guardian Towers everywhere, and now we have soldiers, we got militiamen. The machine gun elephants, they're trying to walk by, they're trying to walk through. Where are we headed off to? That we're going to find out. Mahfouz is just building up as many Guardian Towers as they can to provide that static defense. So if you are coming through, it's going to cost you a bit to get there. But it's not looking that bad. The reaction by Mahfouz is not to worry about these elephants, but to actually go on the march down the map this way. So we'll see how that pans out. Let's just see what these elephants are going to do. I just don't think they're going to get all the way. They are on the walk, but let's see what's happening over here. I think we've got enough static defense over here for Mega. But these blokes are going down. Mega's backing up this attack. They're right at the doorstep of the building that they need to take down. No damage being done to it yet, but we got planes coming in as well. Other workers going to start a repair. Well, they don't need to yet because there's no damage. These are turned into machine gun towers, and they will take out the machine gun elephants very, very quickly. But they got all the way to the main building that needed to go down. Couple of machine gun elephants still sitting there, but they will be taken out. We now have military balloons by Mahfouz, but check this out, we got a battleship out. Can that take out the military balloons? I don't think so. They really need some anti-air there. That is becoming quite a desperate thing, really. Lots of military balloons floating across the map. Still with machine gun elephants being repaired. Guardian Towers. Oh, that's one battleship down. That will prove costly. Going in this time with some Sikhs. But too many Guardian Towers. Oh, they're machine gun towers now too. So, Mega has to pull back. Now, there is enough anti-air in the main base, so these military balloons will be taken out. Again, we have just a little bit of a test and push and shove on. We've now got the Tigers out. The Tigers will run through. They're a limited unit anyway. But if they can see a couple of units, they'll go after them. That will prove problematic for Mahfouz, but Mega is still up against it because of the amount of static defense. Now, are both sides deciding which way they are going to go? So we're moving up to the Industrial Age 2. Industrial Revolution 2 still to go for Mafuz. So the question is, will that change how this game is being played? Let's switch it to Mafuz's view. So we're looking at 243 military to 260. So we're tapped out for Mega at the moment. So not much is happening. No one's prepared to push forward too much. So we do have a bit of a turtle situation happening. And it is at this point that you just don't want to lose all your army straight up, because that could have detrimental consequences to your game, absolutely. And we are starting to see around the place like lots of trees gone. So we're definitely trying to get trees down here. So wood will become an issue. Still some spots around. We're seeing that is becoming the battle is for resources. So again, you don't want to lose too much. So if you are going to take a fight, you want to make sure that you can win it. That's a lot of Guardian Towers. I know it's a lot of War Elephants, but we've also got some siege coming in behind it. Losing a few elephants, but the planes are coming in too. Oh, but I think Mega's on the back foot now. I think having to regroup again. I think the military balloons for Mafuz are doing the job, and it is pushing Mega back. The siege, though, should start thinning out the Guardian Towers for Mega. So we might be able to see a bit more of a push back, but I think at the moment you've just got to use your siege. You don't want to lose these elephants. And what is... Again, these tigers could take down these machine guns. Oh, tigers are gone. Another Guardian Tower down. So those Guardian Tower numbers are thinning out. Still. So we've got things happening everywhere on this map. And food is the issue for Mafuz. And we don't have any resource issues for Mega at the moment. But Mafuz needs to get more food going. It is holding up production. We're just watching another Guardian Tower going down, I believe. There it goes. And so now slowly and surely, Mega again is pushing across the map. These tigers will be very annoying. Even though the machine guns do the damage, they soon get taken out very quickly. And with the range behind, the siege behind, it's going to keep Mafuz from pushing forward. And I think we are seeing a bit of the anti-air, a bit of the Guardian Towers. They are going down. Look at these howitzers. Howitzers. The issue is, it's just too much now by Mega. Fusa's got more food coming in, but I think they need more. They keep running out and cannot keep their production at full crank. Look at all of that dropping down on the map. That is insane. Those Guardian Towers aren't built. So the elephant machine guns are able to push forward. Just see the full scope. We are seeing Mega push back, and they are going to get this hill, I'd say. I just don't see what Mafuz can do about this at the moment. Tigers coming in, taking out the machine guns. It's a powerful little special ability by the Indian nation in this game. They do some significant damage. So we are having a slow walk across the map. The food is still looking good. Now got the food production absolutely ramping up. So now they can produce units now at a quick rate. But is it too late? Has Mega been able to break the back of this game? Guardian Towers wanting to be built for Mafuz, but they're gone now. They are not going to get done. Look at that siege, taking everything out. But now we've got the military balloons again. Look at these medics down here trying to heal one elephant. Oh, and the military balloons are in retreat. Those medics were trying to keep that elephant going for a long time, but they could not manage to keep it going. But there goes another Guardian Tower. So it's little bit by little bit. Again, launching forth with another wave of Tigers. And those Tigers just push back the ground forces and then allow the siege to keep pounding away. But military balloons have now said, well, you got nothing on the ground, so we're going to come out and we are going to push you back a little bit. But is it too little too late? Well, the siege now. The siege now for Mega is vulnerable. It looked like it was going to be a slow march across the map, but maybe not. With nothing really backing up behind it, it's now Mafuz pushing back. We've also got some interesting stuff happening down the bottom end of the map, so we're going to go down and have a look at that. So obviously the stone deposit is now absolutely critical. So it is going to take that. Mafuz is going to take it, but also defend it. because resources are going to become critical here. I've never seen a map mined out on war selection. I didn't think it was possible, but we got stuff happening here which may mean it's going to go down. These poor blokes, they're trying to probably go for that wood over here, but Mega's seen it and Mega's chasing it. And these workers are off to the races. They wish that they'd taken that zookeeper training so they knew how to deal with these rather than whack at them with their mattocks. But it did seem to work, so maybe that's how you do look after tigers at a zoo. Just give them a good old belt here and there. No, I do not support that. That's just meant to be a joke. If you don't understand sarcasm, that was sarcasm. I was just being silly. Just letting you know I am not an animal hater. In fact, as you know, if you do watch this, I support the boars when they go after the workers and everything like that. Particularly because, you know, like you're running into the boars' territory. So you sort of deserve to cop it. Just my opinion. Now, what looked like it was going to be Mafu's pushing back. Again, the momentum is shifting. Yet Mafu's now has put the pressure on Mega. Now I know it is a 34-minute timer. But let me just say, a lot can happen in 34 minutes, absolutely. But Mega can no longer sit back and just slowly push the map. They now have to take the advantage towards Mafu's, because Mafu's now has the potential to just bunker down and say, like, build a fortress. You now have to come and take out my wonder. And because it is only a 2-player game, unlike in the 8v8s where someone else can reset the timer, this timer is a countdown. We will see a winner here within 33 minutes. It will not go beyond that, because Mega now has to push in and take out that wonder. Let's go have a look at it. Nice little globy thing floating around. That is what the objective is now. Now you don't have to panic. You don't have to just say, right now I just got to go all in, because 30 minutes is a long time. But it will play at the back of your mind. And will it mean Mega will take some engagements that are unnecessary? We're going to find out. But it is looking good for Mega. If they keep up at this pace, they'll be able just to walk through. These few Guardian Towers will go down. They're still sniping the forces there for Mafu's. I'm suggesting we're going to see a rain of these bombs come in. Did not take out that Guardian Tower, but did now. So now, again, these machine guns will clean up the few ground forces that Mafu's has. Another Guardian Towers just to go down, if not both of them at the same time. One has no health on it at all, and the other one's down. So now this section of the map is controlled by Mega, and looks like Mega should be able to just keep pushing through. Mafu's is running their workers down to try and make sure that they've got resources coming in. Food again is the issue, and getting a little bit lower on troops, whereas Mega is sitting at population cap. Mafu's is having to rebuild. And they are trying to rebuild Guardian Towers, but they don't have the resources to do it. You see those buildings turning yellow, which means I can build it, no I can't build it. I can build it, no I can't build it. And it's all to do with food. Military balloons going down. Now it is a bold ploy. If you go for the Wonder Victory, you are committing to doing one of two things. making the enemy take engagements perhaps they shouldn't. And therefore then you go on the offensive and try and take them out. Or you are committing to defending that position. And I'm not sure which one of these plans that Mafuz has done. But Mega, like earlier in the game, is now putting the pressure on the main base of Mafuz. Those military balloons are being pushed back. They're still being built, but I'm not sure if they're going to do too much. There's units attacking them. These military balloons at this point probably aren't as powerful as they were earlier, where they were a deciding factor in a few engagements. But still, in saying that, we do have another regroup by Mega. That poor dear, he's just running around wondering what on earth is going on. Life was good in the meadow, and now all of a sudden I have to run around like a crazy person because look at what these nutters are doing. Look at him. He's just like, I don't know which way to go. Do I go back this way? Go back that way. No matter where I turn, there's nutters everywhere. So Mega has had to back up. They got all these tigers. They are got their forward base again set up, so they don't have to walk too far. They can rebuild their forces and push in. But we are now under the 30-minute mark for the Wonder victory. So I'm wondering who you are going for in this game. Are you going red, green? Are you going for Mega or Mafuz? What is there? Must have already fired off while something was still there. Where's me deer gone? My deer, he's found a nice hiding spot. Now don't run back out. Go back to where it was nice and safe. Silly, silly little deer. The machine gun elephants have decided to take on these Guardian Towers. We've got some serious artillery at the back though for Mafuz. And so this is going to take down the machine gun elephants quickly. But there is still so much siege coming in behind. These squadron cannons. Well, you get enough tigers down there. They should get the surround. Everyone has a bite. Are they going to last long enough? Remembering, these are a timed unit. They will just eventually just drop off the map. That's one. Both squadron cannons did go down though. But so have all the machine gun elephants. But that is a Guardian Tower out. And we got the anti-aircraft, and that is something that you need to start taking down. Now these squadron cannons are here for defense. They will push back any forces coming in for Mega. But I think Mega has got enough forces at the moment. And with this forward base, they're able to build up and replenish and reinforce at a quicker rate. Down goes the balloon. And we're seeing food again being the choke point for Mafuz. Light fighters. They are light fighters, aren't they? Yes, they are. Excuse me. So those light fighters, I'm not too sure how much damage they did. There is enough anti-air just to be annoying. But Mega has now decided it's time to take out this section, and this is probably a good ploy because, again, don't necessarily have to go and take out this main base yet. You still have time. So thin out the forces on the ground down here, and then they can't reinforce. And if you got in amongst this, and took out these resources, then Mafuz would be struggling to replenish. Look at these guys, they're walking a long way, but they are still bringing in wood, and wood is not the issue. It is food, but Mafuz is now at full population. But Mega has got aged up, and we see the food, the wood, the stone, the metal, everything is looking good for Mega. They've blocked off this section of the map, and by doing that, they're getting their population higher and higher and higher, and they're able to support that, though wood is it's disappearing. So perhaps wood will become the choke point. So that's what's happened down here. They are still able to get wood, but there's not that many people on wood. The cargo elephant is a handy little tool. Got food coming in, but wood is now going to hold them up. Mafuz has fixed that, but still at that population, not ideal. And Mafuz wants to build Guardian Towers out. They've got the resources to do it, but you can't build when you've got an opposition army standing right on top of those buildings. And again, another line of Guardian Towers is just about to go down, which will allow Mega to keep pushing forward. That's another Guardian Tower gone. Deciding to be able to push forward again. Now these squadron cannons, well, they will do the damage, but you're only talking about getting to here. It's not that far away. Is Mega deciding this is the time to take this down? They've got to get to it now. It's only one line of Guardian Towers. And then you'd be in range with all your siege. Tigers running in. Squadron cannons are just holding the line at the moment. Look at all those machine gun elephants just down on the field. And they were unable to get that line of Guardian Towers. And their machine gun Guardian Towers, and Mega is regrouping. And not only that, Mafuz is now pushing back. Again, this backwards and forwards in this game. And look at that poor what are these guys? The Fury of Druga. They're the ones that send out all the elephants. No, not elephants, tigers. And there they go. Mafuz pushed out. Probably regrets it now, seeing all these tigers coming in. And the squadron cannons are rushing back. Can they make it back? The tigers are around them. Even the Guardian Towers will be taking a shot, but they're going to lose the squadron cannon. But Mafuz is still at population limit. Can't go any higher. Has the resources to build, so this is not such a huge issue at the moment. And yes, the resources over here. It's been decided to take out that section, blocking off this part of the map for Mafuz. Now we are running down. It's only 22 minutes left. Will the defense hold up? Haven't really rebuilt too many Guardian Towers yet. Look at these workers. They want to go somewhere. Oh, they're trying to block off any resource gathering. The workers are running out. The green player, I think, has decided, well, it is all or nothing now. I'm not going to be able to push out on this map. Or are they pushing out on this map? These are workers running into machine gun elephants. Where are you going, buddies? They're not going far. They've decided to try and take out the siege at the back. And that was unsuccessful. Has bought some time though, I think. We will see. Squadron cannon there's probably going to go down, I'd say. Just on this little spot. Well, it's still doing damage. We are seeing... And down that goes. What do we have up here? We got Tigers. Squadron cannons are pushing out for Mafuz. Obviously trying to hold back these forces and maybe get in and amongst them, because there's not too many machine gun elephants left. And so all this siege, all these cannons, the trench mortars, they're undefended. One machine gun elephant's not going to do the job. These are workers though. And the Tigers are out. And the workers, well, they won't do too well against the Tigers, but everyone's running away. Mafuz has got the population, so they're not too worried about these workers sending them out. And it's just buying time. We are under 20 minutes to go. And now we still have our green player pushing back. Mega is having to regroup back at his buildings. Let's have a look. How are they going resource-wise? They're smashing it resource-wise now, but not population. And the squadron cannons are pushing out and pushing them back. Now this is going to be a problem for Mega, because Mega needs, absolutely imperatively needs, to get this ground. The timer is now counting against them. You can regroup, but this could be one final push. Getting all the forces together and going in one big movement, because otherwise Mafuz is going to be able to hold here. And I think this is a good ploy. There's no point in just bunkering down and hoping for the best. By taking this ground now is really putting the pressure back on the red player. And they are going to have to think, what is the way through to get to that capital city building? So Mafuz is holding the line there. Are they going to push back? Now we do have a small lull, but I think this is going to ramp up very, very quickly. I don't think that's enough to go in with. Mega, though, is almost at full population, so perhaps this is the play. Putting in some Guardian Towers, but I don't know if they're effective here for you at the moment, at this point in the game. Maybe they are with your fighters. See what these fighters are going to do. Are they going to chase down? Oh, look at that. Now they take out those squadron cannons. And there's a lot of these out. If they can thin out the squadron cannon numbers, This is maybe the play. Thin those numbers out and then come in with your ground forces and get to this building. They didn't have to do too much, but they did something, and haven't even seen all these fishing boats, trawlers and everything out. So that's where the food is coming from for Mafuz. But look at this massive red. They're going to go in around the top, assuming that there's an undefended spot, but it's not undefended. We've got Guardian Towers everywhere up on that hill. I'm not sure what the play is here. Building Guardian Towers, defensive Guardian Towers with 15 minutes to go. I just don't know if that's the best idea. Aerostats, though, could be coming in. Give you good vision. That has been totally mined out. Let's go and check Mafuz's wood. Still got plenty of wood. And wood, I think, coming in. Or is it slowly dwindling down? I don't know if they can. I don't know if they're getting any wood at the moment. Squadron cannons up the top. Look at all these forces just sitting here. Just looking around. I see no wood coming in. But none is being spent at full population limit. And here we go. We still have only that one line of Guardian Towers. The squadron cannons up the top. And Guardian Towers up the top are just raining fire down on Mega's machine gun elephants. And they're going to have to back away. They cannot stand there and take that. Look at all the machine gun elephants going down. But the point here is it enough time left for Mega? Because Mafuz doesn't have timber. He's not getting any timber. And so will struggle to replenish a lot of things. But this is something that Mega doesn't know. So Mega is thinking, I need to regroup. I need to get ready to go again. But I probably have 1 or 2 chances at this. And so our green player Mafuz just pushing out. And he's also pushing out further. So Mafuz is saying, well, I'm going to start taking out your forward defences. And that will work as a thing. Aerostat's going to go down. I'm going to be intrigued here. We're going to get down to under 10 minutes shortly. Are we going for another push? A wheeled tank against all those squadron cannons? I don't know if that's going to do much good. Still getting resources, but no timber. are we doing is the question. So the fighters are coming in. Light fighters this time. They are taking the fire away from the Tigers. So that's one squadron cannon going down at the top end of this map. And it's pushing the other squadron cannons back. Coming in to take the hill is Mega. The elephants are doing the job. They're in touching distance of the town. Are they diving in and just going for it? Another squadron cannon down. Let's click on that. They haven't scratched the town yet, but they're going after the squadron cannons. Oh, but look at the elephants. They are struggling still. They're getting taken out. There's just too much here for Mafuz. The squadron cannons are just decimating the war elephants. And even though they're tanky, they just can't stand up. Look at that. Lost every single one. And again, Mega is retreating. But we are now under 10 minutes to go. And this will have to be an all or nothing play. Mafuz is spending the last of their wood. They have not got any wood in for the last bit, but they've banked 4,500, but it is going down quickly. But with 9 minutes to go, you may as well just spend it. You don't want to float that amount of resources at this point. And it was probably a good play hanging on to it until realizing this is what I need now. This will be what I'm defending with. I've got 8 minutes and 42 seconds left to hold against this player. Can they do it? Their population is low, but their composition is good. Mega has a higher population available and also on the field. But what has worked so far is the squadron cannons sitting at the back, being able to just knock out these elephants as they come in. But what would be the ploy? Do you come in at this point just all in and just try and take out this bit and then just pound away as quick as you can against this particular building because you've got to knock it down? But are the workers around? We do have workers nearby. And they are critical. And so I do believe this is what Mega has to do. Is try and thin out the worker numbers as well. Because if you thin out the worker numbers, they cannot repair that building. Sending those tigers in, seeing what's around, knowing where the enemy forces are situated. That's a good plan. But I think we will come down to one big final push. Squadron cannons at the ready, sitting there, ready to defend. The war elephants just getting their exercise in, and now looks like they are on the charge. This has been a good game. Regardless of the result, whoever wins, well, it's a good game. Thank you so much to both players. And thank you to whoever posted this in the Discord. Because this was definitely worthwhile. Having a look at this one. What an epic 1v1. We have seen it all in this game. So congratulations to both players. Because it is all about having a good game, enjoying it, and I don't think either player played badly. Whoever wins this is definitely going to win it. The other player did not throw this away. But now we're going to get into this final decisive battle. The Tigers are coming in, and if they've got to try and take out these Rangers. But we got the anti-aircraft guns, but they are not critical at the moment because there's no aircraft. That's one Guardian Tower down. That frees up some spaces. Are the Tigers going to come in and try and get in amongst these Rangers? Perhaps. We're seeing Guardian Towers going down. This is the play. They have to take these ones down. Population is dropping. But again, backing away. Mega is just losing too many elephants and can't stand and take that. But they can't back away for too long. They're going to have to turn around and take this. Tigers are running in, but Mafuz is able to push forward. Our green player is saying, well, you've taken out my Guardian Towers, but you've still got this line of defense that you need to get through. And taking out the flanks here. But there is just too much power here by Mafuz defending this town. They haven't even made a scratch on it yet. Well, that Guardian Tower is now down, so can they get to these Rangers with the machine gun elephants? Perhaps. Has this been perfect timing by Mega? The Tigers are now coming in. There's less squadron cannons. Oh, but the Rangers are pushing it back. The workers, they're building a machine gun tower. What are they doing? Mega has cleared the Rangers. They are having to run away. Do they have the forces now to be able to pound away at the main building? Hasn't been scratched yet. We got workers being built. They're out on the field. They're just taking out the Tigers. We're down to under 3 minutes to go. Tigers are taking out the Rangers, but I just don't... I think they're too far back. I think Mega is pushing down now with more siege, but that siege has to just focus fire down on the main building. The squadron cannons sitting at the back are able to hold these out. Tigers are doing the damage. Will they run down and take out these other squadron cannons? They might still have time. Not if they turn around. They've just got to dive in. You've got to dive in right now, and Mafuz has to hold. The squadron cannon is having to run back, which will allow the siege to come in, but more Rangers are coming up onto the hill. More Tigers are coming down. More workers are running out to fight the Tigers. Rangers are coming out to fight the Tigers. The siege is coming in. Machine gun elephants. And the trawlers are just sitting there getting the fish. I don't know what they are doing at this point, but now we are looking at the main building being attacked. We have under 2 minutes. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. That building is at 4,800 health points, but the machine gun elephants are now being able to push in. Is there enough siege to take this out, or is it going to hold? We've got squadron cannons, we've got rangers, we've got workers. Workers are building guardian towers, and now they're repairing the main building. We've got 1 minute left, and the building is being repaired. Oh, but it's being also taken out. But I think the repair is going to do it. The repair is keeping this in the game. No, now the workers have been chased away. We have 50 seconds left in this game, and this is going to be absolutely insane. But they're going after the Guardian Towers. Think you got to focus fire down onto the main building with this amount of time left. Well, the Guardian Tower's down, but now you've got to dive in. 30 seconds. Mafuz is hanging on with their fingernails. This is going right down to the wire. We've got the siege coming in. There is nothing left. Nothing left for the green player except the counter. The timer going down. We have 10 seconds. I think they're going to hold it. I actually don't think that this building is going to go down in time. It is now all hands on deck. It's halfway down, but that's going to be good game. That was absolutely incredible. And I did not necessarily expect that to happen. Well, thank you so much. Thank you again to both players. I really enjoyed that game. That was a nail biter. You wouldn't think that a 2-hour game would come right down to those last final seconds. Just another 10 seconds. And Mega won that game. But thank you so much to both of you. It was great. If you enjoy this, give us a like, subscribe, and let me know in comments what else you want to see. I'm Owen. You've been watching RTS Casting. And until the next one, be kind to one another.